started off becoming a war journalist.
Yeah, it was baptism by fire. As you may recall, the country was going through a huge boom. This was the golden age of Musharraf. Now, whether you like it or not, or like him or not, this is when there was MTV and off-shoulder dresses and multiple channels and fashion shows.
I'm a product of that generation.
Right, we all
are. I
are.
dressed like this because I was able to dress like that when I was growing up.
Right. I have a job because of a dictator. That's the irony of that era. So there was a lot which happened in that era. I rode that wave. It was a great wave to ride. And the story kept on being told. I helped launch one of the country's major channels, Geo, then another great channel, Dawn. And then things started slipping. Right around the time you went to college, I think, things started slipping because 3 things happened since then which have changed my perspective of this country as well as changed the country. And we haven't recovered since then. December 2007, Benazir is killed. 6 months later, by May, June 2008, Musharraf's out. And another 6 months after that, Mumbai is attacked.
Yeah.
And it was almost clinical. And within those 12, 13 months, 2007, 2008, I feel like all the gains which this country had, all the sacrifices which this country made, were
gone.
Yeah, they evaporated. But hey, I got through that. And then I moved to Islamabad. Well, one thing I realized about Islamabad, agree with me here, that Islamabad is a beautiful city 10 minutes from Pakistan, right? It's everything works. It's perfect, right?
It is perfect.
People are jogging. There's moms with their twins on the, on the pram.
Yeah.
Everything's available. Traffic lights work. Even the cops look good. People are driving in the lanes. There's Godis and Goras running around.
It's not a city.
It's not. It is exact. Well said. But
it's a settlement. Lahore is a city. Karachi is a city. It's a monolith. It's an organism. It works. It breathes. It fights. It does. Both the cities, they have this energy.
But it helped me, that gig, and then multiple gigs for local and foreign channels helped me, even though it was a rough time, that helped me understand Pakistan better. So that's when I really hit the road. And then I kind of covered the Khan election and spent a few weeks in his office being a fly on the wall. And that's when I flew down to my mom in the late fall of 2018, after spending a few weeks in Prime Minister Imran Khan's office, and said, Mama, main ja raha hu. I'm done. Third time.
I think Imran Khan drove anybody good in this country away from this country.
Well, I'm not gonna, it's a sweeping statement, but I had seen things where I was like, you know what, this maybe isn't as tabdeelied as one would think.
It is not tabdeelied at all. In fact, it's like the same thing in a different body, trying to be all this unbelievable that I am your savior when you're actually...
Listen, I love Imran Khan. I just don't like the way he was running his ship. And I didn't like the way...
I don't like him as a human being.
I don't
like him as a person. I don't like him as a politician. And I do not like the way he runs his ship.
Listen, so the way he was running his ship, that's you. But as far as I'm concerned, Khan is an interesting, charismatic, perhaps even a talented leader. But the way he was
a leader, but sure. Okay.
But people do vote for him. Millions of people voting for you qualifies you as a leader. But at the end of the day, to answer your question initially posed about the reality show that is Pakistani television.
Yeah, but I was going to come back to it now.
/ politics. I don't know what to tell you. It's listen.
To me, it does look like a reality show.
ZAB, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, was getting drunk and peeing in people's pools at parties in the 70s. Just that. We hear about them. Nobody could shoot it, right? But the drama's been happening for decades. The egomaniacal shit show, if I may call it that is Pakistani politics. Whether it's military-driven or elite-driven, whether it's from Karachi, in the mean streets of Karachi, or the Takht of Lahore, or the valley.
I love the mean streets of Karachi, the Takht of Lahore.
Or the beautiful valley, which is completely out of touch in Islamabad with the reality that is the country.
That's the real beast.
Right. Whether it's sort of irrelevant, but the thing is that they've been doing this to us for decades. And the very fact that we're only now being able to debate it in this setting, where, for example, women can now actually put their hand up as well and say, yo, let's take a minute. Frankly, it's the same shit show which we've been seeing for decades, and I'm not surprised.
But I feel like that the way that politics is discussed in Pakistan now, You know what I mean? Like the way the Pakistani political shows are. It's almost like rather than having an actual discussion, it's like you're pitting two people who do not get along or do not have, just argue, scream.
But I mean, the Pakistani television, and I'm very glad I left it and moved on back to legacy media in the US. I think Pakistani television is reflective of, what's happened to the Pakistani intellectual. The Pakistani middle class has deteriorated. Har cheez pe Allah ka wasta, har cheez pe personal jabs. Blasphemy has become a trigger. I mean, you can get people killed, man. You can get whoever the hell you want killed by calling them on your show, putting them in a position, and boom. I mean, I love her, but Meher Bukhari's interview with Salman Taseer eventually got the poor man shot. Meher was a younger journalist at the time. We were all younger. She was passionate. But if you watch that show, it's a slippery slope. She keeps on pushing him. This is 12 years ago, as you know. She keeps on pushing him, Momina. Do watch this show. It's so dangerous. And he finally says, what's your problem? This law sucks. Blah. I mean, the man is entitled. He's the serving governor of Punjab. He's entitled to say what he has to say. But she was so reproachful about it that eventually prosecution ended up proving that the guy who killed him, his bodyguard, ended up saying, oh, I was affected by this show. And that's the slippery slope Pakistani journalists stand on. So it's not just that the arguments are cringe, aap bataiye. The formats are stale. Of course they are. Because they haven't evolved. Exposure nahi hai. Travel nahi karte. Kitabein nahi padhte. और लोगों से बात नहीं करते, बहस नहीं करते, मुबाहिसा नहीं करते. एक अंग्रेजी चैनल होता था. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि अंग्रेजी is जबरदस्त. But the constitution is written in अंग्रेजी यार. The laws are in अंग्रेजी. So, एक होता था channel बंद हो गया. I helped launch it. I also helped bury it because it was sad but true. And that is a dangerous occurrence. I'm trying to battle that personally. I'm trying to battle that professionally. I think so are you. You're fighting the good fight in your own show. And I hope to do the same on mine.
That's amazing. Since it is like obviously 23rd of March, is there one thing that you would like to say to everybody? Just something about the mindset of our generation and of our people? Like, what is that one thing that we need to inculcate?
This is really up to us, right? I mean, we can just hang back and watch them take this away from us. We can watch them take away our conversations. We can watch them take away our freedom. We can allow them to tell us how to wear and what to eat and what to drink and, where to go. Or we can try to take it back. And I'm not asking people to put their Che Guevara shirts on and hit the streets. There's better ways to protest. But frankly, this is a young country. 2/3 of it is super young, under 25. And that makes it full of potential, but also full of peril. You realize what your potential is and what your peril is. I mean, the fact is that
we carry both of them at the same time.
If we don't realize this as our moment, the folks who have been running the ship for decades now will just run it into the ground. I think this is when we step up. I know I'm being oblique. I don't have any solutions, but I have a demand. I have a demand. Hunt, kill, and eat. Move on. Do something which is productive. Do the right thing. Work out. That's really good. Don't smoke, even though I struggle with that. And just sail through life. And please, please, please empower the 51%. Empower women.
Brilliant. And thank you so much for taking up the time. I wish you all the best with your show and your move back and,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Pakistan Zindabad.
I was going to say that in my cue out. But I hope you guys enjoyed the segment. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be part of the Moment as a Mixed Plate family. A very happy 23rd March to everyone. Pakistan Zindabad. And I will see you next time. Take care.